Wednesday morning, folks at Horseguards, and it's a little bit soggy. Look at this. Yeah, soggy. The interesting thing is that there were some VIPs here. Big Boss was here this morning. Got a little bit of footage of him coming out, which I will edit onto the front of this video, if that makes sense. And then apparently there was some intel that Just Stop Oil were planning to come down and disrupt everything. So they've only just opened the front gates, bearing in mind regimental changeover happened behind locked gates, so nobody managed to get it, which is somewhat unfortunate. But the lifeguards have now left and the Blues and Royals are back here on duty at Horseguards. This lovely Blues and Royals guard. And he's trying to get a picture, but obviously she's struggling because there's a big group surrounding the arch. Yeah, a very soggy morning, folks. Not ideal at all. God, getting a lot of attention this morning over this side. Key thing, people, is whether anyone ends up being silly. Oh, in fact, the guard mouthed at her, "Get back." Love it, in fact. He was probably very tempted to shout, but he couldn't. And the reason that they couldn't shout is that they've kind of been told to be a little bit more careful. This is the problem. The biggest issue is that, as you can see, folks, everyone is crowding massively around the archway here. Look at this. Yeah, interesting, in fact, very. Now, I have no idea, guys, why the guard would not have verbalised that. Honestly, they were very clearly over the line. I don't know, maybe because they're not kids, but they're youngish, teenagers, I guess, which would kind of explain it. But even so, mouthing it, in fact, as opposed to verbalising it, or even screaming it super loudly. Unusual, that. I will try and find out why that's the case. Personal curiosity, if nothing else. Dutch, in fact, I believe. Group. Sounds like to me anyway, from the spoken language. Listening to a teacher behind saying to everybody we need to go. I'm pretty sure they're this Dutch group. Curiously close, in fact. It's a real pity. It's at times like this that I wish I could speak Dutch. Yeah, no Dutchy for me though, guys. Alas. A teacher said to them, "Hey, all these students, pupils, you have to go back to Buckingham Palace, that they've been banished to the palace. Banned. Get out of Horseguards. Go to the palace. Bye. See ya." Okay, that's a bit better. This side is a little bit more civilized. People queuing up respectfully, waiting their turn, etc., etc. Yeah, I mean, the kids weren't bang out of order, but the guard was certainly getting a little teeny weeny bit cheesed off. And to be fair, can you blame him? I would. If I had a bunch of Dutchy kids laughing, staring and being a bit stupid, I would probably get a teeny weeny bit cheesed off. Okay, to the front, and what have we got? Tourists. Why are they here? Horses and guards.
Yeah, anyone want to...
That's a brilliant hat.
So guys, here you've got. That's all right. You've got.
Okay, this guy seems to think it's his horse. Hand straight on the reins.
Oh look.
Wow, amazing people. Some people have got short sleeves in this weather. It's really chilly.
You want her to take a picture? You got something going, yeah? Ready? Where's the other two gone? Do you guys want to get in? You want to get in it? Yeah. All of you, all four. Jump in after this lady, yeah?
Sorry, go
Jump in
ahead.
after this lady.
Damn, it's a bit squishy here today. Every day.
The bulk of it was burned down. But it's outside.
They're very well looked after, believe me. They only do an hour anyway, hour on, hour off.
No problem. Right, anyone else?
Too many tourists, yeah. Yeah, I know. Interesting there. Lady comments on the number of tourists. She herself being a tourist. Damn, it's really difficult, guys, to get some clear spots on it right in front. Here we are. Look, they're budging into each other's pictures again. Complete and utter chaos. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, look, chaos. I'm generally still surprised that the tour groups are bringing their followers out, especially on a day like today. It's cold. It's okay. It's not pouring with rain, but it's wet. And this horse, I believe, is Monty's younger brother. I would try and find out. I still haven't actually found out the name of this beautiful horse. It's a very Monty-esque looking horse. 4 white socks, but it's not Monty, not big enough. Monty Jr. Let's call him Dante or Dante for the time being, so I get the actual name. Generally surprised that there are this many people coming down from the palace, considering it's raining. There are some umbrellas, but not everybody. Far from everybody's got an umbrella. But hey, still seem pretty happy. So it doesn't kill the camera, guys. Sorry. Raincoats. Yeah, I think I could probably say this week is the week autumn really started here in London. Okay. I'll have a look at the other horse in a moment. The other horse is a giant beast of a horse, at least 17.3. This one's a baby compared to the other horse. This one's about 16.2, I would think. Yeah. See how most people are pretty chill, quite respectful. So we've had teens walking into the arches and one chap thinking that he owns the horse. Not a bad start to the day, I guess. Okay, that lady was Lululemon. A little bit of space to move now. Buckingham Palace crush has largely passed by. He says optimistically. If I sort of look down, look, you can see tall groups along Whitehall. This is looking toward Parliament Square, Big Ben, Palace Westminster, Westminster Abbey, that direction. See, even on a wet day like today, it never ever stops. It's not the weekend. It is a school day, so you won't have many British people here or British kids, but still a lot of people for a soggy morning like this. At the other end here, we have this magnificent horse. Look at this one. I don't know, alas, for the moment, the name of this horse, just like I don't know the name of Monty's younger brother at the other end, but I will try and find out the names of both. I've got a feeling, a hunch, that this horse is Talar that we saw at the weekend. Oh, the horse is saying, it is, yes, that's me. You're correct. Well, I mean, I hope so. Could just be a coincidence, but I think that's Talar. That massive horse, look. Gives an idea of scale with the girl standing there. Playing with a bit. Okay, so this guy's super tall, look. His bobble hat almost touches the top of the sign. Yeah, next to the horse, even he looks quite small. Yeah, magnificent horse, this one. Look completely, look. It's like a thoroughbred. I think this one's got more thoroughbred than Irish Draft. Spectacular animal. The only danger, as it were, that we occasionally encounter here when the horse is this big is that the tourists don't want to get super close. Sorry guys, almost fell over the bollard. Gives a little bit more perspective of just how large that horse is. Notice the guard's plume is only 1.5 feet from actually touching the top of the arch, and I believe that the top of that arch is 9 feet from the ground. So that gives an idea. That horse is putting the guard around 7.5 foot ish. Sorry, around 6.5 foot. Plus the guard on top, taking up to around 8.5 feet from the ground. That's a huge horse. Why people are keeping a very, very safe distance, and why I'm being super careful walking behind me that I don't push anybody into the road. Praying that the rain holds off, guys. A little bit of spearing I could deal with, but torrential downpour, it's going to be a problem. It's actually a good thing that the tourists keep a little bit of distance, especially after what we saw on Monday with the horse that went completely bananas. That was a lifeguard horse, not a blues horse, but we've seen similar behaviour here with the blues horses on occasion.
I know, yeah. I've been having a little nibble.
Side eye. Goodness gracious, I can't believe the size of these tour groups that are starting to arrive. I was pretty sure tourist season was virtually done.
Et loin, tu vas où? C'est des Français.
Deluge. Groom's actually French. Horse is looking a little bit scared right now, probably worried that these Frenchies might take him home to make a stew. Horse is always bashful with a lot of Frenchies here. And you know, he's only some carrots, onions and garlic away from being someone's dinner. Oh good lord, I mean what the hell, look at it. There's a logjam, guys. We haven't seen a Frenchy logjam this big since the evacuation of Paris. It's an absolute deluge. What happened? Did the British Foreign Office start announcing that all Frenchies are allowed to relocate to London? This is a ridiculous number, even by typical tourist flow standards. It's definitely a curly French mop, in fact, right in front of the horse's face. There it is. In the old days, guards used to actually take tourists like that, hold them upside down, and use that mop hair to clean the stables. And again, we had a French Empire in those days, now we don't.
Madame, c'est pas nos élèves, hein.
Crowding all
Pas
what?
l'espagnol, hein. Maman, c'est... Elle, il s'en fait,
That's the word teacher found the right word, avance. I think the teacher used several words actually during that attempt to push the students through. French in hell. I mean, look at them all. I heard several keywords. I heard arrête, dégage, ta gueule, vas-y, avance. Here we are. These police officers from the London Metropolitan Police Anti-French Brigade, they deal with all onion and garlic eating tourists that visit horse guards. They use their horses to drive a wedge between them. That way it clears all the Frenchies out the way, which is good, very good. They push out of the way and into the yard instead. There all are. French in hell. Honestly guys, it feels like I just arrived at the Gare du Nord. Oh la la, mon Dieu. Oh, here comes yet another tour group. Look, tall guy with a pink hat leading his group through. It's a lovely hat. I really hoped he was going to stop and talk to me. Being bashful in his pink hat, that's the problem. Tour group are more interested in the guards, but the guy just marched to the front. He's like, hello, tour group this way. Tourists have minds of their own, look, as we can see. I'm kind of wondering if all French schools closed, what happened? Actually, wait, a bigger thing I've just realised, guys. This could well lead to a massive bedbug invasion here in London. All of these Frenchies, statistically speaking, some of these Frenchies are probably carrying bed bugs from Paris in their clothing or in their rucksacks. Damn it. Okay, brilliant. That's actually really good news. The police officers just withdrawn their right to access, so the whole lot are getting booted out. Bye-bye, Frenchies. See ya. Ha! First time I've ever seen that. He just said, I'm withdrawing your access, Ministry of Defence property, so the whole lot. Teacher looks disgusted. Wait, where's the teacher? Teacher looks absolutely distraught. Look. That's it. Look, more of the anti-French brigade of the Metropolitan Police Mounted Branch. Actually, I've never seen a group this large have their access withdrawn, but to be fair, as I've said many times before, there are simply too many people here. Too many people in one group. Oh dear, it's okay.
Jamais j'ai vu ça. Je sais pas, ça doit être le 20e volet.
Oh dear, look at this. Teacher's giving them a right old French bollocking. Lovely thing to see. No, it's okay. You're naughty students, eh? Oh dear. Oh dear. All these bashful Frenchies getting booted out of horseguards. That's a bit unfortunate. Bye bye. Au revoir. Bye bye, Frenchies. See ya. Guys, see you in Dunkirk, Calais, Normandy, etc. I think the police just told your teacher that everybody needs to get out. Was somebody naughty? Was somebody get shouted at by the guard? Really?
Yes.
Oh, naughty Frenchies visiting London. Wow, guys. Anyway, have a good day, even if teacher said you've been naughty.
It's a channel on YouTube.
Oh, it is. 1 second, I'll show you. Hey, bye, guys. The video will be on here tonight. It's going to be on here and on YouTube. So what happened? Did one of you get shot at by the guard? What happened?
He make room to the guard.
Oh really?
He's
oh wow! So basically, it's just one of your students, one of your.
He's very dumb.
Oh, he's bye guys, bye. He's very. He said he's very dumb. He's very dumb. He's talking about one of his fellow students in the group. He said one of them was rude to the guard, so the police withdrew the access and threw them all out. And the boy just said, "He's very dumb," but not the police. One of his colleagues. So they're back on the public highway at the front. Like what on earth? Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
See, they're very polite, but obviously if there's one that is, as the guy said, dumb, his word, not mine, with his French accent, dumb, then of course they're in trouble. So your teacher got thrown out, everybody got told to leave, yeah? I do have TikTok, as you call it. 1 second.
Thank you.
A video will be on YouTube tonight. Oh wow. Actually quite a nice group, to be fair. Obviously the fact there just happened to be one that was in the group that was very naughty. And that led the police. You see, the police actually said to her, you need to get the whole group out now. I've never seen that before. So they were all thrown out basically, which was a great thing to see. I have mentioned before, guys, that big groups, no problem. Groups that big, I mean, there must have been, what, 200 odd? It's a flipping massive group of little Frenchies, little escargots, and to be fair, yep, one of them was very disrespectful to the guard, so it's very good that they all got thrown out. I mean, I personally don't have a problem with the fact they got thrown out. I'm not sure where this group is from, but the Frenchy group is up there. Look, they basically just took up half the entire street. They're crowding all the way up to Trafalgar. It's a massive group. There are hundreds of them. The police just told their teacher, get out. But all of the students got thrown out. Ah, goodness me. Brilliant thing to see. And there's naughty little Frenchies. Your access is withdrawn. Get out of here. Yes! We've got a new idiot here, in fact. New clown, look. see what happens next. I'm very tempted to go over and mention Bergen-Belsen in 1945, but you know what? I'll hold off for the moment. A lot of people don't realise, in fact, a lot of Jewish visitors here don't realise that household cavalry is an armoured regiment. What does that mean? It means that they're exactly the same as the armoured regiment that in April, 15th of April 1945, liberated Bergen-Belsen, just outside Hanover. Pity a lot of visitors don't know their own history of what happens to their own people, otherwise they might well be a little teeny-weeny bit more respectful of this place and the function of the King's Lifeguard. Yeah. Not here to be laughed at and mocked. Or should we are, even more, look. What an utterly extraordinary thing to have seen. I'm still in shock, folks. I'm genuinely in shock that a group that large, I've personally never seen a group that large have their access withdrawn by the police. And I think we got part of the conversation, but what he was fundamentally saying to the teacher is that this is Ministry of Defence property. Because the teacher's argument was, why, we're outside, we're in public. The officer's argument was, no, this is Ministry of Defence property and I'm withdrawing your access. And I think his words would get them out. Amazing. Just when we think we've seen it all, we realise we haven't. But how is it this busy, folks? I really don't understand. Talking about it being busy, look, the line is absolutely chocker, solid already. Again, because two tour guides have brought their groups here and stuffed it full, as usual. Yeah, I personally think they need to limit the numbers. Tour groups should have 20 people maximum, or, if it's larger, a simple surcharge of £5 per person in addition to the 20 that have been let in for free. Very easy to implement. If you don't like it, get lost, take them somewhere else. That's my personal opinion, folks. Otherwise, it's simply unfair, you know. If another two tour groups come along now, it's not enough space. Horsey's not liking the cobbles this morning. He's staying way back. I really do not want to be trampled by a horse this large, that's for sure. Like, massive horse here. Really, really big horse. Beautiful, but very, very large. And very powerful as well. Muscular horses. Everyone's being reasonably respectful at the moment. That's a good thing. Actually, wait, people have been saying they're going to go round to avoid getting in my camera, which is very kind and thoughtful. Got a guard change coming up, folks. The time here in London now is, let me just double check on my other phone. I believe it is 2 minutes to noon. So at any moment they're going to change over. I've got no idea which horses are going to replace the two that are here. Let's hope we recognise one of them, or perhaps if we get super lucky we might even recognise both of them. So yeah, shortly everybody's going to be told to get back behind this area, the bollarded area, at the front. Some people are still posing with the horses for pictures. That horse I'm super keen on finding out the name of. Like a baby junior version of one of our favourites, Monty. Here comes yet another massive group filing through. I'm thinking there's got to be a public holiday, maybe half term or something in France. Next week here in London, it's or London in the UK, it's half term, a week off for British school children. So my money's on it being the same for the Frenchies this week. Hence, pretty much every group coming through here, Frenchy speakers. This guard will tell them to get back shortly if they don't, if they're still in the wrong place. Look, another huge group. Definitely Frenchies off school. If I see anybody that looks friendly enough, I'll ask them if it's a public holiday in France. It's got to be. Okay, here we are at the front, guys. I'm not going to go in, one, because they're not changing the foot guards. More importantly, we've got a very, very good spot here, right at the front of the gates. Okay, everybody being hushed. Oh, Karen Slayer guard here. That's the lady guard that said to Karen, get off the reins. Look at this. troopers and police telling them all to get back to clear the front area. Yeah, they're pushing them all back. That's it, push back all the Frenchies. Right, new horses coming, people. Magnificent. Dismount just inside the gates. The horses should step forward just into view, I hope. Here we go. Perfect. Looking at the guards that have just arrived, one of them, the chap on the left, will take no nonsense at all from the tourist. Definitely Frenchies call holidays. Okay, boom, that's done. Here comes another absolute deluge. To give an idea, guys, that you can see how packed it is inside, okay? There are hundreds of people. Oh, he said cheers, guys, you can carry on now. In other words, you're allowed to move beyond the bollarded area. Here comes the absolute deluge of people from the tunnel, from the back, from the yard. The numbers are just like, what? You would have thought that Frenchies would head to the Mediterranean or somewhere relatively warm as opposed to coming across the channel to a rainy, fairly miserable and quite cold London. But hey, anyway, this guard doesn't take any nonsense at all from anyone. So if anybody grabs the reins or even gets close to touching them, he will immediately shout at them. Let's see. Oh. Someone getting nipped already. And what do you think this horse is TA. Horse that was on the other day. Tumasi Ankara. I think this horse is. Instinctively. I think it's a nippy one from the weekend. I think it is. Yeah, look at the way that it sort of nips a little bit. Doesn't bite, but a bit nippy and playful. Pretty sure this is TA, this horse. Look.
It's trying to eat you. Perfect.
Very curious moment inside. The Kingsguard is actually speaking with the police. He left the archers to come over and speak with the police. I have no idea what that might be about. I haven't heard anyone shouting either. But I dare say somebody's misbehaved. Here comes yet another invasion. Yep, French again. Another group arriving on my left, German group. Crazy, it's okay. Crazy busy here today. Mad busy. What on earth? It can't carry on like this until Christmas, surely. You know, I've been saying for many weeks now, tourist season's over, it's going to get much quieter, be able to enjoy, you know, what's going on here with the horses without so much of a distraction, but it's just unending, absolutely unending stream of people. And on the inside as well. EU school holidays, I guess. That would be the only thing that would explain these ridiculous kind of numbers. So German groups, Frenchy groups primarily. And horsey groups as well. Here they are coming through the tunnel again. Spectacular. I don't think they're going to have to scream at anybody to move at the front. It seems relatively clear. The police don't typically actually shout at people unless they're really just not listening and the horses need to get out. I think it's more of a fear that somebody's going to get trampled than them not actually wanting to shout at everyone. Public safety, after all, is the fundamental duty of the Metropolitan Police. Nice raincoats for your pictures in London, ladies. Someone's laughing behind me. I have absolutely no idea. Everything's a bit odd in this one today. It's really unexpected. Lady's looking a bit nervous now, but I don't think she has anything to worry about. These horses typically don't tend to eat OAPs. You want to go? Thank you. Sorry folks, somebody's standing in front of me like a complete lemon, not deciding where they want to go. Frontwards, backwards. Very odd here this morning, in fact, exceedingly. Good that most people are keeping the distance, in fact, at this end and at the other end.
Did you get it? It's lovely.
Look at it. Actually, a relentless stream of people today. I've got no idea why. She's wary, but lovely enthusiasm. It's actually a good thing it's raining a little bit because the horses have been pulled back into the boxes. Why is that good? It means the toys can get close, but they can't really practically get within touching distance unless, of course, they step into the box, at which point they'll probably get shouted at.
往里看，不是往里看，往里看没事儿，再往里看没事儿，不，再往里看一点。
还去啊？
回去了啊？
还去啊？你走，你走。
有我呢。
That started raining pretty heavily, folks. We're going to be very close to the end of the video. The biggest issue I've got here, unfortunately, is that even with an umbrella, it's exceedingly difficult to film with one hand, because normally when I'm filming for YouTube, I'm switching the pole with the gimbal between both hands, not because it's super heavy, but because when it's cold, the pole itself gets flipping freezing, and it's easier to flip it between left and right hands, which makes holding an umbrella practically impossible. It is really, really surprising though that this many people, it's doing a 360 degree here, yard is pretty clear. This many people here along the front, all around, look, are still happy and want to get pictures on with the horses and with the King's Guard in the rain. Rapidly becoming the most popular tourist attraction in central London after the Palace. That's the only place that at the moment is more popular than here. Lucky neither of the guards yet have had a reason to shout at anybody in the arches. It's a rare morning indeed when I'm filming here with my friend as usual, that one of us doesn't hear or capture somebody getting shouted at, or well, one would anticipate somebody getting shouted at in the arches. That's definitely a good sign, coupled with the fact that in the past 3-4 weeks there have been very, very few major rain grabs. Now, that can't be attributed to the new signs because the new signs have been up for many months now. So my bet is actually on the fact that the majority of the horses we've seen coming back to London, having been away for the summer, many horses, majority of the horses that have been here are very large, okay? Cav Blacks, the Irish Draft Thoroughbred mix, are at least 16.3, but the majority of the horses we've been seeing here over the past month, 6 weeks, since the summer ended and they started flooding back, all of these miraculously perfectly groomed horses, a lot of them new, but a lot of old favourites. The majority of them are 17, 17.1, 17.2, 17.3. Now that visual deterrent aspect is massively important. I've noticed this compared to, for example, the King's Troop, Royal Horse Artillery, who were here during June as a guest regiment. The tourists were mauling all over the place with their horses, the majority of which are far smaller, 15, 16 hands. So I think actually that's a huge positive. I mean, yes, we've seen a few examples of idiots reaching up and grabbing the reins of massive horses, but those examples are becoming far less frequent than they were before all of these new enormous horses started coming back. And to my mind, that's a huge positive. I mean, at the end of the day, a horse this big, look at this beautiful, massive beast here. People are not going to risk it, are they? And you know what? I understand why. I wouldn't risk it either. And there we have it, courtesy of this lovely lady. Look, an enormous, glorious horse, which does a perfect job of intimidating tourists, keeping them back.